Hola, ¿qué pasó, amigas?
Amigas?
You see what I did there?
I did. Yeah.
How many people caught that out there?
I don't know. I just said it again for you, so I think everybody got it now.
Gotcha. Welcome to Snail Mail, everybody. This is a Friday, the Friday after New Year. So this is January 2nd?
Yeah.
Wow.
Happy New Year's.
Happy 2026, everybody. Hopefully you guys had a good New Year's. Question raised by show of hands.
Sure.
How many people saw the New Year's Day parade?
No hands.
No.
No hands in this room.
God. All right. Is there really a New Year's Day parade? I don't know.
Of course there is.
Is there?
Sure.
Is it like the Christmas Day, like the Macy's Christmas Day or Thanksgiving Day parade? That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, probably. I don't know.
Interesting. Like it goes through New York or something, and
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay.
I have no idea.
Dude, ask our super producer.
Maybe.
Anyways, this is a snail mail, so we get to go over some voicemails with you guys.
Snail mail.
Snail mail.
Yeah. One of our favorite episodes that we do every week. Our so far our favorite episode of the new year.
Yep. Yeah. The one yesterday sucked. Don't listen to it. No, I'm just kidding. So let's see here. We have 20 voicemails and 2 text messages.
Okay.
So we're going to start with a text message.
Oh, sweet.
Because we're at that point from November 24.
All right. And our goal is to catch up by Monday?
I think so. I think we're going to try and be fully caught up as of this coming up Monday's episode.
All right.
So we'll see how we do here.
Okay. Text message.
Yep. Okay, it's a spam text message. Never
mind.
It
really?
Yep.
That's funny. Okay.
That says, transaction ID for a subscription of YouTube TV activation is completed. Amount $545 will reflect in your account. Not you. Call now.
Perfect. Good English.
Yeah. It was actually pretty good.
All right. Moving on.
Pretty good.
Is
the
next
attempt?
So is the next text message before the next voicemail? Okay. So voicemail.
Voicemail, Mr. Rhea.
Mr. Rhea, wrong seat.
Our spiritual voice?
Guess we'll
I think
find
that's
out.
what he says. Oh, here we go.
Well, hello, SnailTrail boys. It's your friendly Ultra 4 escort. Driving home from the Hammers, sitting in traffic on the Cajon grade, because who doesn't love Thanksgiving traffic? Anyways, just catching up on episode 657. Jimmy. Don't bother with STI seats. Don't bother with anything else. There's a bolt-in application, OBS Solutions for Clifford. Look up OBS Solutions. You can put in any Super Duty seat and they bolt right in. I've got some for my F350. I've been sitting for 2 years because I just don't have any time with kids and racing and life and everything like that. But it's a really super easy install. The price on the seats is cheap. They're stupid comfortable. The only one that sucks is the center consoles on those things are always torn. Like trying to find one in good condition is terrible. But yeah, you can get Super Duty seats, 05 Plus Super Duty seats, mounted into an OBS Ford really easily. Do it. Do that. Anyways, yeah, riding with Randy Slauson is a lot of fun. If you haven't done it, you should do it. Bye.
Bye.
Let's see, bud.
All right. First of all, is it the Hammers? If the Hammers isn't going on,
it's the Hammer Trails.
Well, there are Hammer Trails. Yeah. Okay.
So if you're just saying you're coming back from the Hammers, I think that qualifies. I think if you say you're coming back from King of the Hammers.
All right.
So yeah.
But he was coming back from Johnson Valley.
Correct.
Yeah.
But I mean, he could have been doing a bunch of other stuff at Johnson Valley. Like the Hammers is a section of Johnson Valley.
There's some trails that have
he's being
Hammer
very
in the name.
Specific about where he was and what he was doing.
Yeah, maybe.
Specificity matters.
Okay. Sure.
Although he could have been coming back from Ace Hardware. I don't know. Getting hammers at Ace Hardware. I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah. Possibly. Yeah. In regards to Clifford and the OBS seats and Super Duty ones, yeah, I haven't looked into that. That's a good option.
I like that option.
Clifford has 2 bucket seats up front and a hard case center console style. So I just would need to find something that matches that. It doesn't have a big bench seat that has a fold down center console thing like a lot of trucks do. It's more unique in that aspect, I think.
I mean, 05 and up Super Duties, those were all pretty much split seats. They weren't doing too many bench seats at that point in time.
Hopefully. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I haven't looked into it. I'm not sure how those work. I think a lot of seats, or at least in the OBS era, there are a lot of seats were a bench seat or sort of bucket seats that had a fold up and down center console thing that turned it into a bench or a seat or a seat or a center console.
Yeah.
Where Clifford's is 2 bucket seats.
Yeah.
And then a stock or what do you want to call it? A center console. An actual center console that's always there kind of style. Yeah. So I just need to look into it. I like that option. I just want heated seats in there and something that has a little bit, doesn't have so many miles on it. That's one of the reasons I was thinking about getting a nice new seat for Clifford. As one of the many upgrades that I have planned for Clifford at some point in time.
Yeah. Nice.
So, but yeah, thanks, Chris.
Cool. Let's see here. Next up is our resident Texas hater.
Okay.
Mr. Nick from Montana.
Sweet. Nicholas.
Here we go.
What's up, guys? Nick from Montana. Climbing ratings versus trail ratings. Zach did a good job to put a little bit more clarity on there. As somebody who's like climbed most of his life, the first number in the Yosemite decimal scale is referring to the verticality or survivability. So like essentially a 5 point something means you need a rope or you will die. If you fall, class 4 is you don't need a rope, but if you fall, you might die. Class 3 is like, yeah, you'll probably be all right. To the other side of the decimal, it's all skill and ability rated, and it's up to the original person that sets the original route that gets the first ascension on that route. And they'll claim that it's, hey, this is a 5'10" or 5'11", which is in the realm of pretty good climber can do, or your average climber can climb 5'10", 5'11". Once you start pushing it into the 12s and 13s, you're getting into superhuman area, where really highly skilled people. And then above that, the 14 and 15, that's pro climber guys like Adam Andra, I think, is the current champ holding a 515D. And ratings are all super subjective to the area and the rock and the route and who set the route. So I'm 6'4". When I was climbing at 275. So there's certain moves that I just can't do because I'm too big. I can't dangle 275 pounds off of 3 fingertips or 1 fingertip. It'll destroy my fingers. But also there's spots that I can reach that Jimmy can't. And so depending on who sets it and how it gets set, it's all very subjective, which I think leans into rock crawling fairly well because it's more dependent on the area around it because it's a subjective rating within that climbing area. I'm about to hit 3 minutes. Love you, proud of you. Talk to you later. I might call back.
Nice. All right. Did he call back?
Yep.
Okay. Let's continue the roll.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, it's Nick again. The other part with it being subjective to the area and the rock and the moves and all that kind of stuff, that lets people kind of know. So you'll find it in the guidebook for that local area. It's now kind of moving online to mountainproject.com. Where people are updating, and then there's forums and they argue, and this is, you don't know what you're doing and yada, yada. And the last little bit that you can see is a rating. So you could have like a 5-10 with an R rating, meaning that there could be a spot somewhere in that climb that if you fall, it's very run out and you will fall to the ground and get really, really hurt. Or if you're going to die, then it gets an X rating. So that kind of signifies some of the danger. But it's really sort of up to the individual selecting the climbs that they want to do, to figure that out. And there's places that I've gone, I'm like, oh, this sucks. This is not fun for me to climb here at all. Yosemite's one of those. Like, it's just I'm not entirely built for that area. And I will climb at like a 5.4 to 5.9 level, which is very embarrassingly low for a climber. So I'm not good at it, but I enjoy it, and I think that's all that matters. And it's sort of the same with crawling. Depending on how things are built, you're going to have different abilities, and it is subjective to the area that you're in. Like you guys are saying, with a Sierra 7 is different than a Moab 7. And people just have to figure that out. To camping and glamping, I still think there should be a matrix of like, how many things are you bringing? If you're bringing a kid, is that glamping? I feel like if you're bringing a kid, you're glamping. Because I don't want to do sketchy things with my kid. I'll do a lot of sketchy stuff, but I'll try to keep it away from her. Anyway, love you, proud of you. Glad to keep beating this horse off. See you.
Did he say beating this horse off?
Yes, he did.
Just making sure I heard that right.
Yeah, he did.
The interesting thing to me is I don't like the subjectivity of ratings.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. And so like, I feel like if subjectivity is built into ratings, what's the point of rating them in the first place?
Yeah.
Like,
I would just get it to give an idea.
To get an idea. Yeah, it's difficult.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. That's it.
I don't know. Like,
one thing I do.
Is there a way to eliminate subjectivity? I don't know if there is a way, but I think that's what the whole conversations of trail ratings comes down to, right? That's interesting to me, I guess.
Sure.
So,
yeah. And like, we're not rock climbers.
No.
Right.
No.
But we kind of have the idea or concept behind the decimal point system.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I was thinking when Nick was explaining in his first voicemail, I was like, I don't know what a 5-10 means, but I know it's more difficult than a 4-10.
Yeah.
Or a 5-2.
Yeah.
Right. And so I think but I don't know what the top is. Like, is a 5-15 the highest?
Yeah. Right.
Or is there a 6th level? And so I think that there's some unknowns there, for at least for me, and that unknown does not quite it's not easy enough to understand and relate to
rock crawling trails.
And I don't necessarily to rock climbing. I'm just saying, as it's unknown to me, it's not an easy system to just say this is the answer.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Now, would it take a little bit of research to be able to solve those questions? No, I don't think it would. It would be really easy to solve that question and be able to understand it. So I don't know. I mean, I kind of like the idea of 2 points or a decimal point to integers in a way. So like, what would the Rubicon be rated? How would it be, I don't know.
I feel like, if we rate, so we take our current rating system of 1 through 10.
Sure.
Kind of. So the current rating system of 1 through 10 for overall difficulty, and treat that like the verticality of rock climbing.
Yeah. And
then your decimal point would be like the different style, like the geographic area kind of thing. So you'd have,
so the Rubicon would be a 7 for difficulty,
for more granite boulders, stuff like that. And Moab is more, off camber and ledges that you have to bump. I don't know. I feel like, and then the P&W doesn't really have great rock crawling per se, but they have amazing winter wheeling.
Sure.
So you build a vehicle differently if that's what you're going after, kind of thing. Versus the East Coast style, which is everything is just always wet and you have big boulders you have to get over. So it's just high horsepower wheel spinning all the time.
I don't know. I'm second guessing myself here. It's like, I just don't think. So one of the integers is identified by a type of wheeling. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
So like number 1 is Sierra rock crawling. Number 2 is, off camber sandstone.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3 is, snow. Number 4 is
so maybe
muddy.
Maybe that would be like the first number.
Sure.
And then the decimal point afterwards would be the difficulty in that area. That area.
So it'd be like if you're wheeling the Rubicon, it's a 1.7.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But now you need to know, like memorize what the first numbers mean to. Yeah. I don't know. What do you guys think out there?
Yeah.
Continue the trail ratings.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. If you want to, call in.
Yeah. I feel like the Rubicon is more high articulation and ground clearance, right?
Yeah.
And gearing.
Yeah.
Moab is low center of gravity, wide and long are your friends out there, right? You don't necessarily, I don't think you really need lockers in Moab. I think you can get a lot of places because traction is so good out there.
Yeah.
And you're not in high articulation areas where you're lifting tires a lot. You're just off camber and ledges.
Yeah.
So being wide and long and low are kind of your friends out there. I think East Coast, just a high horsepower wheel spin is really, and you need the strength to strengthen your components to handle that.
Yep.
So yeah, it's different stuff. And like P&W winter wheeling, you just need as fat of tires as you can get really to be successful.
Yeah, maybe.
Lower weight overall GVW. I feel like that could be fairly well explained. I think easily. It's saying 1 is high articulation, low gears, high ground clearance. 2, low, wide, and long.
Mm-hmm.
3, high horsepower and strong enough components to deal with it.
Sure.
4, as fat tires as you can put on your vehicle.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's an interesting way to do it.
Sounds good.
Difficulties within there. So.
Yeah.
All right.
Moving on.
Moving up. Next is Austin from Washington.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, this is the guy that called that I answered.
Oh, yeah. That's funny. Okay.
When we had that going through to my regular number. Okay, here we go.
What's up, Jamie and Tyler? This is Austin from Washington State. I tried calling in yesterday a couple of times, but Tyler and I had some technical difficulties. Apparently, something got jumbled up, and the SnailMail line got tied to his personal phone. So the first time I called, somebody answered, just, hello? And I was so caught off guard, I forgot how to speak. I think what I said
really
was,
awkward.
I don't think you're supposed to answer this line. To which he responded, is there a line I'm supposed to be answering? And then hung up on the crazy person who couldn't talk. Understandably so. That was pretty fucking hilarious. But I got my thoughts together and called back in, and we got to the conclusion that I called the right number. Something just got jumbled up on the back end.
Yeah.
Needless to say, all I was calling in to say was to respond to your issues with the DEF tank. I don't know if you or your boys do this, but with those Ford trucks, you're not supposed to fill up the DEF at a truck stop like DEF pump. The pressure is too much and can damage those sensitive sending units. So I don't know if that's what happened or it's a good thing to know either way. So figured I would share that info. But yeah, yesterday was pretty funny. So figured I'd tell the story on the podcast as well. Keep crawling.
Yeah, that was an entertaining series of phone calls.
I bet.
I was very, very confused at the person not talking. I'm like, I'm just going to hang up now.
Yeah.
But we got it all figured out. Yeah. That's funny. Yeah. So I hadn't heard the reasoning for, I had heard that you're not supposed to fill up,
DEF
peasant trucks civilian trucks.
Okay.
Using the pump def at truck stops.
Sure.
But I'd heard that the main reason was because it was just a lower grade quality def, and it can mess with the def system in civilian vehicles versus commercial vehicles.
Interesting. Okay.
I had not, and I was like, that seems weird to me, like a weird excuse.
Sure.
So like I've tried to stay away from doing that. I'll still fill up the def tank if I'm like on a long trip and I need to fill up and I don't really want to go inside and carry the def
5 gallons,
5 gallon def case out and everything. I had not heard that it's due to pressures, and that makes a lot more sense to me.
Sure.
Than
just don't pull the handle all the way.
Right, just do it a little trickle. You stand there. So yeah, that makes a lot more sense to me. And it maybe I haven't filled up at a truck stop in a long time. For the def, I try and do the little 5 gallon blue def boxes whenever I can. I keep spares at home.
Yeah.
So that, as I'm down to within 500 miles, I have one at home. I can just put it in whenever I need to. Yeah, I don't know. Everything seems to be working just fine. I only put in maybe a quart.
Interesting.
From that def back at Thanksgiving time.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know what happened.
Maybe the sender unit fixed itself.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks see.
For figuring everything out there, Austin, and working with Tyler to explain or to figure out why the snail mail line was connected to his phone.
Yeah.
Which we figured out later.
Yep. All right. Next up is Jeff from Oregon.
All right.
Who's our axle guy?
Yes.
So he's talking about Zach from Oklahoma. So are we going to talk about bicycle axles? Oh, it could be fun.
Hey, this is Jeff from Oregon. I tried to call last week to do my weekly check-in, but Zach from Oklahoma was busy talking about riding tricycles and climbing rock piles with his feet. I thought this was an off-road podcast, but I guess not. And now you guys are calling him and antagonizing him to call in more. So I'll try to get in when it's open. But at the last dropout third member, the Pinical, that unfortunately isn't made anymore, but it's really, really cool. I wish it would have went somewhere. If you go onto Instagram or Facebook and you put in not another 9, the number 9 inch as the hashtag, all one word, it should pop up a bunch of pictures from Tube Works. Used to make this dropout third member for their trophy trucks. And it's like straight cut gears. It's got 2.5 inches more ground clearance than a 9-inch or 10-inch trophy truck rear end. I guess people have broken them and ran them out of oil, and they still kept trucking. They run cooler. The rumor is, I don't know, maybe someone can chime in that knows desert truck stuff more than me, is that this rear end was like banned by trophy truck sanctioning bodies. So they've had to go back to the standard like 9-inch, 10-inch stuff. But man, it's really, really cool. Like this with a portal would be like the ultimate ground clearance strength combo. And, it's a bummer it didn't take off. If I had Tyler's money, I would be trying to buy this to put in the mule. Super, super cool. But anyways, if you want to go on Facebook or Instagram, look up Not Another 9-inch and you'll find a bunch of pictures of it. It was like 2015-ish is when it was coming out. I don't think they're around anymore, but super, super cool. Tube Works was making it. Yep, that's it. Land Rover still stuck.
That's it. I like it. Interesting. All right. We'll
how
have
does
to check it out.
straight cut gears work on a differential?
I have no idea.
How does the pinion come into the ring gear then?
Maybe the gearing on the ring gear or on the side?
Maybe is it just like it's like a spline? It's a spline shaft into a CV joint inside that spins.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how that would work. How do you transfer power from a vertical to horizontal?
Well, you would have the pinion to a gear to another
gear. You have another gear set in there somehow. Interesting. Yeah, I'm kind of curious. I'll have to look that up. and check that out. If we had our TV, we could take a break and pull it up and do a little bit of research.
Definitely, we'll have to check that out.
Yeah, straight cut gears on a differential. I'm still kind of like, how does that work? I guess portal boxes do it. They're redirecting. So, I mean, it's definitely doable, but how do you...
Portal boxes don't really redirect. It's still linear.
Yeah, they're dropping. It's still linear. It's still going the same direction. So, yeah, how do you get one spinning thing to come in and go out on a 90-degree plane from that?
There's smarter people than us, apparently.
Tube works.
Let's see here. Ooh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, that would be really neat with a, it more or less looks like an atlas attached to, it looks like an atlas kind of attached to a axle. It won't let me zoom in. But
big old silver peanut on the front of your axle.
It doesn't zoom in for some reason, or it won't let you. But it does. It looks like a more or less the pinion kind of goes straight into a gear, and then somehow they turn it.
The planetary gears.
Planetary gear.
Planetary rear end went to its new home this week.
Super interesting profile.
Yeah. Damn.
I wonder what the ratio is on those things. Or what was available.
I mean, I would assume planetary gears, you can get some fucking crazy gearing in those.
Yeah, there was another picture of the inside.
Oh, I want to see that.
Yeah, maybe I'll make one of these the thumbnail. But it doesn't answer all the questions. But it does show some of the bearings and some of the teeth and how kind of there's a few different gears on the inside to get things going.
Yeah, so that's your wheel mount surface.
I mean, if something's a straight, can something be a straight cut gear but be at a 45-degree angle and not be curved like a pinion would be?
I feel like that would put too much uneven pressure on the teeth at that point if you're doing that. You just snap teeth off. I don't know.
Who knows?
Huh.
But thanks, Jeff. Thanks for sharing. This is really interesting. We're definitely going to look into it a little bit more. Tyler said he was probably going to buy 3 of them and put 2 under the mule.
So have another one just for display.
If you need a spare, or one, Jeff, let him reach out to Tyler.
Oh, no. All right. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I've never heard of a planetary axle before. So I'm kind of curious as to how those internals are working. Next up. Mark, SoCal Australian?
Yeah, he's called in before.
All right.
Yep.
Here we go.
I believe.
Hey, guys. This is Mark, your favorite SoCal Aussie guy. Hey, you were talking about Salisbury differentials, and these were and continue to be pretty popular in Australia. From what I recall, it's been a long time since I've been there, the Salisbury was actually built under license from Dana in America, and I think they're kind of comparable still to the Dana 60s. I remember that when I was there in Australia, like 30 years ago now, they were a 10-bolt used by the Holden Motor Company for all of its production V8 cars, and even some of the smaller engines dating back from, I think, like 1945 or 1948, all the way through to 1988. I think they had the 35 splines. And excuse me, I also know that they were used in Land Rovers a fair bit in Australia. But mostly they were really popular for street machines, drag cars, and even the touring car racing in Australia. And they're still available today on the second-hand market. People are always chasing the Salisbury differentials. Anyway, that's all I got on the Salisbury diffs, but and I've got a scoop. But okay, keep crawling. Thanks, mates. Bye.
Cheers.
Yeah, interesting. I would imagine. I mean, if they're built from, what do you say, 43 73 through 78, something like that.
It was like 40-year span.
Yeah, 40-year span. Then it's kind of like the Toyota axle, right? And in the United States or worldwide, I guess. So I'm sure they're bountiful and plenty over there.
Sure.
Sounds like we just never really got them here in the States. So
they're just under Land Rovers.
Yeah, I know, right?
So pretty much we didn't get them here in the States.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, but thanks for the information, Mark. Thanks for calling in. Appreciate you doing that and informing us more about the Salisbury.
Yeah. Next up is Zach from Oklahoma.
Sweet. Hey, Zach.
Here we go.
What's up, Jimmy and Tyler? It's Zach from Oklahoma. In response to the number of minutes that I've listened to Snail Trail specifically, I think I'm in the top 1%, about 9,100. So doesn't sound like the top listener, but in past years I have recorded I got a rap from Spotify that said 20,000 minutes, but that was like when I first found y'all and I was listening to y'all like almost every single day. I've slowed down on that because I'm pretty much all caught up on all the old episodes. But total for minutes for this year out of all the podcasts I've listened to is about 12,543 hours. Not hours, minutes. That's a lot. With y'all being at the top, Toyota's After Dark with Toyota Dawn, but Spotify's got a typo on here that says Rovers After Dark. So
yeah, it's a weird typo.
Don, you might need to talk to Spotify about that one. Then I listen to the Bill Stain Shock Talk podcast, Bad Lines podcast, and number 4. And then the 5th one I don't even listen to anymore. I haven't listened to it for like a couple years, but it's the Good Faith podcast. And Spotify doesn't get the message that I don't really want to listen to it anymore. They're good podcasts. I just want to focus on off-roading content and stuff, and Spotify hasn't really caught on that much yet. So, but yeah. Well, I'm about to go to work. I'll catch y'all later. Y'all keep crawling. Uh-oh. I can't get to the button. There we go. All right. See y'all.
Bye.
See you, Zach. Yeah, 9,100. I believe that puts him in the top 1%. I think I saw somebody reported their hours at 8,500. They were in the top 2%.
Okay. Nice.
So we still haven't heard who's the number one. I'm wondering if the number one is a bot.
I don't know.
That has gone through and like downloaded all the episodes in order to.
Yeah. So I got a message from somebody that is in the 0.5%.
Oh, what are they at?
They listened to 14,300 minutes. And I was talking to Hustle Nuts this week or this last week or a week or so ago. Mm-hmm. And he was like, I don't get it. Like, I've listened to every single one of your episodes. Like, why am I not in like your top 1% or top or number one fan or whatever? And I was like, well, this is just the calendar year. So this was 2025. Who's listened to the most? Correct. Snail Trail 4x4 podcast. Mm-hmm. Like, though, it's just that year condensed, and because it's not like total. It's not the last 7 years. Like, those are our true number one fans. Yeah. This is just Spotify reporting who listened to your podcast the most that year. Correct. And that's how it worked its way out. Yep. So, just to clarify for all of you super fans out there that have been listening to us since the High Sierra 4x4 days, you guys truly are our number one fans. Yep. So thank you. Mm-hmm. And all the upcoming 7-year Snail Squad members.
Jeez. May. In May. That's crazy.
All right, let's do one more.
One more.
All right. Thanks for calling in, Zach.
Suspected spam.
All right. This is going to be fun. All right.
Interesting. All right, here we go.
Hi, this message is for Jimmy. This is Ishita calling from Local. I just wanted to talk to you about virtual assistants. So if you're interested, please call me back at my direct line, 408-547-3819. Thank you, and I hope you have a great day.
Sweet.
So she's in San Jose.
Do we want a VA?
Talking about virtual assistants. All right, next up, Dave, Rubicon Trail Adventures, Mr. McKinney. It's a very short message. I expect Dave to have longer voicemails here.
All right.
Here we go.
Okay, Jimmy, listening to 663 and your frame height. And now that Samantha's going to be hired, does this mean you're going to need a step stool?
Is that it?
Dave with RTA.
I don't know. I mean, how tall is your dad?
6'3", 6'2" now.
6'2", 6'3", and he's got a little step to get him up into his truck. So, I mean, I don't think it necessarily matters on height of the vehicle or the person. So, I think it's just a convenience factor at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm telling myself, at least.
Yeah.
And I mean, I can jump pretty well.
Yeah.
Still.
I mean, if you think about it, so I think a lot of people were, I don't know, you're comparing Samantha's frame height to Bobcat's frame height.
Yeah.
Right. So Bobcat was what, 25?
Yeah, about there. 26
and 1/8, according to the thing above your head.
Yeah.
And then Samantha is looking at 28.
Yeah, about that was a mathematical guess.
Mathematical guess. So it'll come down a little bit once it's on tires and the weight of the vehicle's on there.
Mm-hmm.
But you're going from 37 to 40 inch tires.
True. And I'm going up 1.5 inches. So really,
you're going up 1.5 inches. What do you mean?
1.5 to 2 inches on the frame.
On the frame from Bobcat?
From Bobcat to Samantha. I'm like, what am I, 26 and I'm going up to 28?
Correct.
So about 2 inches.
Yeah.
And then the weight of the vehicle is going to shrink it. So, and I'm going up from 37s to 40s, which is about 1.5 inches of tire size.
Exactly.
So
that's what I was trying to get to.
And so the thing is, it's going to be the same height as Bobcat if I had it on 37s.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm putting it on 40s.
Yeah.
And it's taller.
Yeah. I mean, that's what happens when you do bigger tires.
Yeah. Usually how it goes. I did have a very fun, semi-long conversation with Charles, who has one of the solid axle 3rd gen Tacomas.
Okay.
And we went back and forth for a while talking about frame heights, where the frame heights of the 3rd gens are compared to stock 3rd gens, what size tires they're running, what size shocks are they running, what up travel are they have. Completely different than Samantha, right? I mean, it's different platforms entirely, but I was more like, he responded to my question.
Okay.
And then we just fell into this conversation about how the 3rd gen Tacomas that they're building are. And it's 10 inches higher than stock.
Okay.
But they're on 42s.
Okay.
Right. And they're the 31s-ish tires from stock. And so they're like, it's a 5 inches of extra tire. So it comes out to, so it's about 5 inches of lift that they're getting.
Yeah.
And they're running 12s in the front, 14s in the rear, and they have about 5 inches of up travel.
Okay.
I'm like, sounds like an amazing job that they can, that builds. It's an amazing build that they're pulling off.
Yeah.
With the solid axle swap Tacomas that they're building.
Yeah.
So it's really kind of interesting. And then he was comparing his, because his was the first one done. And then now that they did kits, which is the next one they did, it's just a little bit different in numbers and everything. And so they're really fine tuning everything, but it was a fun conversation. So
I wonder how that compares to Samantha stock.
Oh, geez.
So Samantha stock to what Samantha's looking at being.
I don't even know. We didn't measure Samantha stock, but Samantha stock was a 2-wheel drive. So, I mean, it's what, like a foot?
Fair, yeah.
A foot off the ground, maybe?
Yeah.
And then 25s inch tires?
Yeah, 25-inch tires, you're a foot off the ground. So you're adding 15-inch, so 7.5 inches of tire.
Okay.
Lift from just the tires. And if we go a foot frame height, maybe,
which is a guess.
I'm guessing 10 to 12 inches frame height to 28. So you're looking at 12 inches.
Okay.
And
then minus 7.
So you got 5-inch lift. 5 inches of lift. That's about
interesting. Yeah. Now who knows if those numbers are how accurate that is. But, but it is a fun little math game to do. But I think things are going to come down. Because a lot of our numbers are it's all hypothetical at this point because I don't even have the panhard bar in, so I don't necessarily know where my exact bump is. And once the weight of the vehicle comes down, the suspension will compress a little bit more. And everybody was saying like, yeah, you say you have 40, so you put your axle at 20, but once the weight's on the vehicle, it's going to be less than 20. So there's a lot of things that could lower it. There's a few things that could raise it, but it was just a mathematical guess. Yeah. So that's where we're setting it.
Cool. I like it.
And then we'll start building it and we'll go to full bump and make sure that things aren't colliding and lower it down and articulate it and do all the fun stuff here in a little bit.
Yep.
And that said, we're very close to cutting up a rear axle. So we might need to schedule a date when you and Hustle Nuts can come over.
Cool. Sounds good.
Yep.
I'm excited. I like playing with rear ends. And I guess that does it for today's snail mail. So if you guys have anything you want to call in about, any replies to some of the snail mails today, like maybe Dawn wants to retort or explain the weird typo that's going on Spotify with his podcast, it would be maybe interesting to hear why that typo's there. I don't know. But you guys can call in 916-345-4744. Is that phone number? It should not ring and pick up to me anymore.
Yeah, we solved that.
Austin helped me figure that one out.
Thanks, Austin.
And so, we'll give us a call. We'll play it on Fridays and we'll see you guys on Monday. Have a great weekend. Be safe out there.
Bye-bye.
The number you have called has been disconnected.